I've got the great pleasure of introducing you to Martin Cudd. This year, to our Earth Week has been in partnership with Christchurch NZ, the Economic Development Agency for this region. And they have been amazing to work with. It's really exciting what's happening from all the initiatives that are happening from them. So I'm really excited to introduce you to Martin, the Strategic Director for Christchurch NZ.
Thank you, Rose, and sorry I didn't get the memo on the pinstripes. Must do better next year. Kia hora te marino, kia whakapapa ponamo te moana, huie takie. Kia ora koutou. So as Rose has introduced me, my name is Martin Cudd and I'm the General Manager of Innovation and Business Growth for Christchurch NZ. So the brief karakia I opened with is a simple one, but it really sets the scene for what I think is a great day. And the translation goes, may peace be widespread, may the sea be like greenstone, and the important bit, bind us all together for the conversations and the discussions and hopefully the actions that will come from today. So thank you for coming along. And I think the fact that we're gathered here with a common purpose means, you know, we will be bound together, and that our hui today will be a calm one, and seas will be as smooth as greenstone. So that's a beautiful metaphor. So the path ahead for the earth and business is challenging. So you're reading the same headlines that I am. We all know the impacts of climate change are showing up. We're seeing extreme weather events all around the world. Here in Ōtautahi, we're feeling these impacts too. Just in January, we had the Auckland floods, the East Coast floods, Cyclone Gabriel. Second and third largest insurance events in New Zealand's history after the trauma we all went through with our sequence of earthquakes. Final cost for insurers for this damage from these two weather events will be about $3.5 billion. So these things are real, they're here, they're not going away. It's not something, climate change is not something that happens to other people. We know we have to take action as a society. So our good friends at the Christchurch City Council have declared a climate and ecological emergency, and they've set a goal for the city to become carbon zero by 2045, so 5 years ahead of the national average. That's great. We need our city leadership to set bold targets and policies. I guess the challenge that we have then is how do we achieve this? How do we get there? So as an organisation, Christchurch NZ, that's a question we've been wrestling with. And we've come up with this idea which we call the Christchurch Economic Ambition. So we've got a long-term vision for the city, for Ōtautahi Christchurch and its region, to move towards becoming a regenerative economy. We know this is an intergenerational journey, and even then it's never finished. And it's more a state of constant improvement and direction rather than an end goal. We also know that no business is really fully regenerative at the moment, and that many who have really, really good intentions have little guidance on how they might move that way and start to improve their performance in the area, or even start. So that's perhaps why some of you are here at this event, which is really the event for businesses wanting to take action. And we're really proud to be supporters of Rose and the Terra Nova team. So our ambition in the medium term also lays out some 10-year objectives and priorities to guide investment in the city's economy over the next decade. They aim to grow and strengthen our economy while building robust foundations for a regenerative future. And that regenerative future, we want that to be our North Star. That's what guides us. That's the direction we go in. Don't really know how we're going to do that yet, but I believe in the power of innovation, creativity and humanity to do that. So our role as an organisation, we're the city's sustainable economic intervention agency. We exist to grow our economy in ways that improve our city's productivity, workforce, livability and attractiveness. We attract investment, we attract talent, we attract businesses and we attract visitors from outside the region who spend and raise our GDP. Equally important is the work we do to make the city a great place, which includes bringing life to special places, championing good community developments and building partnerships that get projects moving. This is the work of particularly our urban development team. Given the mandate and goals that we have, it makes sense for us to be the ones leading the call for Ōtautahi Christchurch to move towards a regenerative economy. After all, we know that a future that is good for people and for the planet is a future that is good for business. We also as an organisation need to be realistic about what we can accomplish alone. We're a small agency funded by the City Council with about 16 million annual in council funding. We do a lot with that, so we stretch quite thin. So we do as an organisation have real impact and we add real value to the city. In the previous financial year, our work created more than 88 million in GDP. So there's a reasonable return on investments for the ratepayers of the city. But there's no way that we can, and one small organisation, deliver the lofty goals of this ambition alone. We need champions to spread the word. We need business leaders to partner with us in our vision, and we need to inspire and mobilise whatever organisation and enterprises we can to buy into our vision so that we can start to transform our economy from one that is largely extractive to one that is regenerative. So what do we mean by that? A regenerative economy is a productive economic system that unlocks the potential for the economy to grow and benefit people and the planet. It eliminates more carbon than it produces. It uses renewable energy and renewably sourced materials. It develops circular systems based on reuse, repair and repurposing resources rather than taking, making and disposing. This means there's less of a need to extract resources and waste, emissions and pollution are minimised. It also invests in biodiversity, restoration and is focused on better outcomes for all people, and I'll really emphasise the word all there. It increases community wellbeing and raises people's capacity to learn and create a positive future. A regenerative economy also requires investment in new technologies and industries, and this will create economic opportunities and value for us as a city and people. I really want to emphasise that point because some people may see this move towards a regenerative economy as a move away from economic growth. It is our belief you can't do one without the other, and that is the future. Most of the economic growth of the past century, along with our increase in standard of living, has been powered by the relatively cheap and accessible energy that has come from burning fossil fuels. But a just transition to a regenerative economy will catalyse new industries, new jobs, new ways of doing things. It's worth repeating. A future that is good for people and the planet is a future that is good for business. So let me explain how firstly moving towards a regenerative economy means a better bottom line. Over the past decades, companies focusing on better environmental and social outcomes achieve equal or higher market returns than ones that do not. Their workforces are more engaged and consumers are demanding more from them as companies. Moving towards a regenerative economy means adding value across global markets, including New Zealand. Consumers are increasingly looking for and often willing to pay a premium for products and services that are both good for them and good for the planet. Moving towards a regenerative economy means attracting capital. Investors from individual savers through to large institutions are rapidly directing funds towards sustainable and ethical businesses. They see the potential for growth and profit in future-focused sectors such as renewable energy, as well as opportunities for investors to use their capital to help create a better world. Moving toward a regenerative economy means meeting export market expectations. Governments overseas are raising environmental, climate, social and governance requirements for importers, making a strong ESG performance a must-have for leading export companies. Particularly Europe is really setting the benchmark here. In my previous role I was involved with New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, and we are a long way behind. Moving towards a regenerative economy means attracting and retaining talent. Workers are seeking employers with an environmental and social conscience and want to work in industries that are contributing to a positive future. We want to grow and attract businesses and humans that believe what we believe and that want to change what we want to change. So our economic ambition lays out 10 priorities for the next decade. In summary, they're about targeting investment, innovation, education, workforce, and providing support in areas that make the most difference to adapting and changing our infrastructure, business practice, and operating models. They aim to grow and strengthen our economy while building a robust foundation for a regenerative future. The good news here is that Ōtautahi Christchurch is well positioned to achieve this. We've got some amazing businesses, history, and legacy. The city has faced challenges, it's built back better, and today has new infrastructure, a world-class city centre, and substantial potential for investment and growth. We are also a community of people who care. Our residents love Ōtautahi Christchurch, and desire a balanced future that embraces people, nature and innovation. The city assets and values are inherent advantages that we can build upon to create a regenerative economic future. We want to work with you to realise this future, and this is quite a special group really for us, because this is the first public event where we've spoken publicly about this vision and this goal we have for the city. This is not really presented to Christchurch City Councillors yet, although we've had numerous one-on-one conversations. So this is early in the life of this ambition. We just believe passionately in it and really wanted to share it with you today. So please join with us and look to spread this ambition throughout the city. And soon we'll be reaching out to business leaders like yourselves, seeking commitments for them to align on this ambition. We'll introduce it publicly on our website, and we're wanting to start to measure and track things on dashboards and tell stories of success to inspire people in how we can do this. So my final thought is I'd really like to invite you on this journey to Ōtautahi Christchurch, being home to industries and businesses that are regenerative, good for people, good for environment, and good for the economy. So in the meantime, you know this, your businesses, you can make step changes. First of all, just start. Think, start. Do small actions can have big consequences. Aim for sustainable to start, whatever that means. That's maximising productivity while becoming more sustainable. Adopt, adapt and develop technology. Look at your processes. Reduce your environmental harm. Mitigate your emissions. Start to measure. Start to count. Then why not think circular? Set to operate a circular business model. Building and reuse, repair, repurposing of resources. Aim to make profit. At the same time, and achieve net zero emissions and waste. Good for everyone. And aspirationally, aim to be regenerative. Shape your business systems so they generate profit alongside net positive social, climate and environmental outcomes. Together we can make Ōtautahi Christchurch a shining beacon for how to do business better. I think we can be an example for the world while we look after the earth and while we grow and look after our people. Thanks for your time today. Ngā mihi nui.